All right, episode, what was it, 5 I said, right?
I honestly have no idea.
Episode 5 of Salami Talk. I'm here with my co-friend Dylan.
Hey, what's up?
Yep. Make sure you leave a 5-star review on Apple Podcast and Spotify and everything that it's on. Do you want to plug yourself real quick?
Dylan Delahanty. That's about it.
Okay. So Dylan just took the class for holding a gun, concealing a gun. How do you feel?
I feel empowered.
Oh my god.
It was pretty cool. Definitely learned. I definitely have to read about the law because I didn't know pretty much any of that, but it's pretty cool. Mario, our instructor, is a straight savage. Like, he's got bodies, not even kidding.
Yeah, he literally killed somebody. It's the same guy that instructed me, by the way.
Dude was hanging out at the gas station. Someone lit the pump on fire and then stabbed the cop, which was Mario. So he just stabbed him back with his own knife and then shot him. It's pretty lit.
Yeah, it's lit. That's crazy. I can't believe he showed us the video in the class.
He's like, so this happened in my life and it's super traumatic. And I look at the video. I'm like, dude, what? It's 11 in the morning.
It would have been funny if he looked at the video and then looked at the class and was just like, yo, get nay-nayed.
So I don't know, dude. All I'm saying is that guy had a rough night at the gas station.
You think? You think, bro? When you get stabbed with a screwdriver.
No, the dude got killed by his own
Shout
knife.
out Mario.
Yeah, Mario's legit. He's pretty cool, dude.
Oh my goodness. So how's your truck?
Pretty good. I bought a new truck. It's a 2020 Silverado.
You working on it?
Not really. I mean, I lifted it, put bigger tires on it.
There you go.
Yeah.
Fuck it.
I mean, it's a daily driver.
When are we gonna take it to the tram?
You're funny as hell. It's not going to the tram. I think it's never been off road, and it probably will never be off road.
Do you remember when we went to the tram that one time?
Yeah, so I remember we went to the tram. We lit a trash can on fire. I don't understand how he melted an entire
in the woods
management trash can, but that happened.
You know, someone got stabbed there with a machete.
Yeah, that's why I don't go to the tram. Because we pulled up to the tram once, me and a buddy, and there is just a lot of people there. And then one of them's like, "Look at my gun," and I'm like, "Yep, I'm out of here."
Yep,
so
I'm out of here.
I just don't go there.
We don't need to do that. Rolling around in the mud.
No. If my final resting place is the fucking tram, I'd be really upset.
The final resting place is the tram.
No way.
No way. So what are you going to Daytona for?
Turkey Rod Run. It's a big car show for 3 days. So I'm just going to go and spend a bunch of money on stuff.
Turkey Run?
Turkey Rod Run. Yeah, it's called that because it's on Thanksgiving Day, but it's 3 days after it too.
You taking your girl with you?
No, she's going to stay because she's got family stuff.
Oh, okay.
So I'm just going to take my dad and my brother.
Willie's going?
Willie is going.
Oh no, bro.
That he's gonna blow a fucking bag.
He's gonna get demolished. What's your mom doing if your whole family's going?
Fuck, fine.
Oh no.
I think my grandparents are coming, but I'm still riding out because I had these plans for a minute.
Oh dude, your dad. Dylan's dad is just a character in itself.
Yeah, dude is addicted to grinders. All he does is use grinders and sparks and fire and welders and shit. I don't think he cares.
Quick story time, bro. I went to Dylan's house for the 4th of July one time, and I went up to his dad, who was drunk off his ass, and his dad was asking me if he wants to see my vagina.
Yeah, my dad was pretty lit. His friend made moonshine and brought it over, and it was fucking crazy.
Dude, they were drinking kerosene.
Yeah, it was 190 proof or something. I don't know what the fuck it was, but it was crazy.
Do you remember when they launched that firework into the air and it was a mortar and it blew up 10 feet in the air?
Yeah,
it was not supposed to do that at all.
My dad's friend, who he's known since he was a kid, and he's check this firework out, and it was a fucking massive mortar, and I have no idea what he did, but it went a whole 7 feet off the ground before it blew up in everybody's face. And then he just kept fucking lighting more off nothing ever happened. It was crazy.
So is work lit?
Yeah, work's pretty good. I work on Audis. I'm a certified technician.
That's lit.
Yeah, I just fix Audis, and it's pretty cool. I like it. I make good money doing it. So
do you guys have a lift in there and everything, lift the car up and shit?
Yeah, we have 12 of them.
Imagine if the car just fell on you.
Dude, that doesn't happen at our work because we're certified. But that happens all over. I always see it on Facebook and shit, where people are just working on a car and the fucking car falls. How do you even do that?
Oh, dude, that's insane. That's getting crushed by an elephant.
Yeah, but it's a car.
Yeah.
Yeah, fuck that. Not happening to me, tell you what. I would simply just walk away.
You have any new project cars at your house?
Yeah, always. So I'm a technician at Audi, and I also build custom cars. I have a Camaro, an old one, but I just pretty much build a bunch of shit and then usually sell it with my dad. So it's pretty lit.
Yeah. What's the newest one you got now?
Matter of fact, it's a fucking Buick. The thing is a turd. It's so
It's a
old.
Buick.
Yeah, it's for some like random old dude. I don't even think the guy can walk. He's so old, but
Wow.
yeah, he's like, I have a lot of money and I want you to build a car. I want it to be a Buick. And we're like, fuck, okay.
Yeah, just put this V12 in this fucking Buick.
Yeah, no way. We just put like some shitty ass fucking old Chevy motor in it. And we're like,
Yeah.
later.
Yeah. Speaking of your Camaro, didn't you get a new one?
Yeah, so I got into a car accident like a year ago.
Oh, I remember that,
In
dude.
my Camaro. I spent like 6 years building this Camaro. It's a 73. And then some random fucking people in a landscaping truck slammed into me and like almost fucking killed me, destroyed my car, and then they ran.
Yeah,
and they never got fucking caught.
Didn't you like slide under the trailer?
Yeah, they hit me with a fucking truck, and then I slid into the trailer and it broke my back. Like two discs are like herniated and like one of them's broken or some shit in like my lower back, so my back's like fucked.
Oh yeah,
So
dude.
I sued the shit out of them and like didn't really win any money, but they paid for all my medical shit, so like that's pretty lit. And then I bought like 3 more Camaros.
Nice.
Yeah.
Yeah, I remember that call I got from you. I was literally just chilling at my house, and the next thing you know, I get a fucking call from Dylan, and I think he's just gonna like call me to bullshit. And he's like, "Hey, I'm in the hospital." I was like, "Do you want me to come?" He's like, "Nah, bro, it's good. I just crashed my Camaro."
I had like an ultra concussion. They told me I had a traumatic brain injury. It's like a step above a concussion. I didn't even know that's fucking possible.
I had a concussion at Sam's house one time because when I wanted to record the podcast at his house, I went there and I slipped and I slammed my head into some limestone, and like
You're
it was
such a fucking idiot.
it was not lit, dude. I fucking ate shit in the driveway.
Speaking of John eating shit, oh, I mean, it doesn't really make sense, but fucking high school John was ridiculous.
What?
Just all of fucking high school.
What did I do in high school?
We couldn't even play football without fucking starting a problem with some girl's boyfriend for whatever fucking reason.
My God.
John's like, hey, and this girl's boyfriend's like, I'm a senior, don't talk to my girl. And we're like, dude, what the fuck is going on?
Do you remember I tackled the shit out of him?
Yeah, it's been weird. I don't know. I've known John since like 7th grades.
Yeah, we go way back, man.
Yeah, like
You know?
early middle school. John just like showed up, and I
Yeah.
was like, who the fuck are you? And then I remember I went to your house for the first time. And like you're like, you want to see my room? And I'm like, yeah, sure. And this is when like Black Ops 2 was like the fucking shit. Like FaZe was the shit. So
Oh, no.
John hopped on Black Ops 2 and had every gun diamond, and I was like, bro, what the fuck? You are crazy.
Yeah, and then I looked at Dylan and I was like, I have no friends.
Yeah, you're like, I don't really have any friends. I'm like, well, I guess I'll be your friend. So
That was crazy. I remember in middle school when I don't know why, but we all had like bananas, and we were just eating bananas in like the front of the school, waiting for the school to open, and then we were throwing them at each other, and then we got called to the principal's office, and I remember the principal distinctively asking me who started throwing the bananas, and I was just like, no one. Knowing damn well I know who started it and everything, and I'm like, I don't know what's going on, man.
I like barely remember that, but what I do remember is in middle school, the way our school was set up is like it started at like 9 o'clock. So for like everybody's parents, it was late as fuck because they had to go to work. So they'd drop us off, and like the whole school would just sit out front and like do nothing for like an hour.
Yeah.
So we decided to take water bottles to school and like slowly slide them into the car line, so people would run them over and just fucking soak everybody. They'd pop the water bottles. Do you remember that shit?
I do remember that.
Dude, it was so funny. The fucking teachers would come out and like try to make sure like no one was like fucking with water bottles. We started a problem. That was no good. Or the milk cartons in the fucking cafeteria.
I remember I walked to the gas station because like, yeah, we had, I don't know why our parents did that. They would literally drop us off like an hour before the school like even was open.
I don't know. They acted like buses
And,
didn't fucking exist.
You know, we had all this time, so we were able to walk to the gas station and back and get like drinks and shit. And I remember we all thought that was like super cool.
Yeah.
So we like walked there, and I remember one time I saw someone sleeping in their minivan, and I thought they died.
Jesus.
And I was just like staring at them. Like I literally got up to the driver's side of the fucking minivan, and I'm like looking in, and I'm like, dude, is this guy dead?
That's fucked.
And I was just like, oh. And I walked away. Can you imagine if that guy was dead?
I mean, that would suck for him, to be honest.
I'm just staring at a dead body.
Yeah, I mean, we used to go to the gas station and spend like fucking $15 like every morning. And like we're in 6th, 7th grade, so we're broke as shit. So our parents are like, make sure you put it in your lunch account. I'm like, do you want to go get brisks and like fucking Subway at like 7:30 in the morning?
Dude, the Subway.
Yeah, we'd go get these. I don't know if anybody remembers this. This is some like OG Subway shit. It's like the biscuits and gravy. They were so fucking good. They were so good. We would get it every single day.
Yeah, it's not good for you.
Oh, hell
no. I remember when I looked at it, it does not look appetizing. Like when the Subway people make it, and then you look at it and you're like, you know what, I'm going to try it. And then you just try it and you're like, damn.
Yeah.
That's so fire.
Or the fucking, but like for reference, this is how much time we had before school started. The whole school gets dropped off. We're still waiting there. We had enough time to organize like a fucking MMA fight, like some McGregor shit in the back. There was these 2 girls and they were bald whores. I'm not going to say their names, but they were bald fucking nuts, right? See, John's cracking up because he knows exactly what I'm talking about. Like when I say this was some like dude, if live streams were around then, we would have made so much money. We had motherfuckers with like laptops recording this shit from the top of the, what was it? Like the basketball courts. Like they climbed the fences. We had a fucking ring set up. We had like a whole thing to where the teachers could come, and these 2 girls went the fuck at it for like 30 minutes.
The basketball court was the octagon.
It was seriously, it was like some Mad Max type shit in the back of the school.
Dude, I remember that, bro.
It was insane. And then like the teachers trying to run through the kids to like stop the fight. Oh my god.
Do you remember the locker room? The PE locker room?
Yeah, all the acts getting blown up. And
I remember I walked in there and you would have to come in from like the outside to go in.
Yeah.
So I like walked in. And as I'm walking in, I see some kid having another student in a headlock and just slams them into the lockers.
Dude.
And I'm like, what the fuck?
They should have just called that shit the back rooms, because that shit was not a locker room.
Not the back rooms.
I'd walk in there and there's just some kid like dick out. I'm like, bro, what the fuck? I remember I had gym like first period one of the years. Straight up everything just out. And I'm like, no, I ain't fucking doing it.
Dude, I saw a video of this guy, Windigoon, on YouTube. He was explaining the back rooms, and there was a video like it's fake, but there's like a whole like lore behind it and everything.
Shit can't be real.
So I was like watching it, and there's a video footage of like a camera on like the highway, and there's a car just driving, and then it just falls through the street.
I'd be mad
like
pissed, to be honest.
like no clips. It was like a Civic, bro, and it just clips through the fucking floor.
I'd be mad as fuck. I'd be like, are you fucking kidding?
Can you imagine you're just on your way to your 9 to 5 on your graveyard shift, and the next thing you know, you fucking no clip into the back rooms on your fucking Honda Civic?
I'd be like, what the fuck? I'd be I'd clicking that OnStar button like crazy.
The OnStar button.
I'd be like freaking out. I would freak out.
I just hit Geico, go roadside assistance.
Yeah.
Oh
no,
man.
So pretty much like all of me and John's best memories have something to do with like fucking our own shit up, fucking somebody else's shit up, or just straight up something stupid. Like,
yeah, man, this is yeah.
I mean, one of the best ones is fucking, what was our history teacher's name? Coach Kelly.
Oh, that guy.
Coach Kelly. I doubt he'll ever hear that. You were a G. You were a G, Coach Kelly.
That was an insane class.
Yeah, that class was nuts. I think that was the same year I like rolled my 4-wheeler and like broke my leg.
Oh, and the king quad?
Yeah, the king quad. So I had to come to school with like a fucked up knee after surgery on Percocets, and I was waxed out.
I remember
John had to like guide me through the classroom and shit. The teacher would be like, "Are you listening?" I'm like, ugh, in the back of the fucking class.
Dylan would get so high off Percocets because he like had like this insane injury from flipping his quad, and I'd be in class. So like we sat like diagonal from each other. So like I sat behind him. He sat in the row next to me, but like he was like kind of diagonal. You remember that?
Yeah.
So I was sitting there, and I'm getting my notebook out or something, and then I hear someone whispering my name, like John, and then I look up, and Dylan's giving me like this stare of like pure like fear, and he's like, "I'm so high," and I'm like Dylan, what?
I'm like not the one to do like drugs. Like, sure, we smoked weed in high school a little bit, but like I was never the one to like really be into like any of that. So when the doctor's like, you need Percocets, I'm like, I guess so. So I'd be in school and I'd fucking eat one of those motherfuckers because, like, I mean, I guess it's a painkiller, but dude, that thing had me off my ass. I remember just being so like zooted out on those things that I didn't know where the fuck I was or what was going on. I had to stop taking them and just take Advil because like I was so retarded at school. And then the principal or the dean of the school fucking wouldn't let me use the elevator. He made me walk up the
remember
stairs.
that. I remember that. I got called to the dean's office and they were like, "Who used the elevator?"
Yeah.
And once again, I'm like, "I don't know."
Yeah.
When I was literally in the elevator with
John's like, I have no fucking idea who was in the elevator. I have no idea who it could have been. And I'm like, bitch, you were in the elevator with me. But like, ain't nobody was ratting.
No, dude, I remember. Do you remember the potato
Which one?
in high school?
What do you mean?
All right, so me and my friends in high school, we one of these days, or I don't even know if I said that right, but one day I forget who it was. They put a potato in the library and hid it like in the back
Dude,
corner
that shit rotted.
on the bookshelf, and we left it there for the whole school year.
Oh my god.
And it got dude, there was mold on it. It was like, it was bad. And I was like, oh my god, dude, it stunk too.
Yeah,
like,
it's nasty.
And no one could figure it out, bro. And we were dying.
No, I don't remember. The
I was like a
potato.
junior when that
But
happened.
what I do remember is freshman year when we had Hope together.
Oh,
so we had to
no.
learn about like some stupid shit, but half of it was gym class. So John's like, check out this condom I brought to school. I'm like, yeah. So we filled it with water. And then I'm like, John, look at this shit. So I threw it at the exit sign, but it like wrapped itself around it. And it was just like this monster of a condom full of water stuck to the exit sign. And our coach was like, he was like a crackhead for Mountain Dew. Like this guy was just crazy. He was super cool, but he was just crazy. I remember like the whole class is together and he's like, who in the fuck put the condom on the exit sign? And I can't remember if it was John or if it was me, but one of us was like, it was a and this random fucking kid, I feel bad because this random fucking kid got in a bunch of trouble for it. And I
He didn't get in that much trouble.
all I remember is fucking,
I think he went to like ISS.
I don't know. All I remember
It's
was
so
it was
dumb.
like, get out of the class. And me and John are like laughing our ass off.
Dude.
This is what happened. So we used to have like the craziest basketball games and they would just instantly
Escalate.
Jesus.
There you go.
They would just
Dylan's
escalate.
dyslexic.
Yeah, a little bit. They would escalate into some nasty, crazy shit that we would do. So anyway, during the game, somebody threw up like a 3, but like all of us are like freshman year, so we can't make shit. So it misses the hoop and just fucking beams some like poor girl right in the face who was like walking by. Felt terrible. 20 minutes later goes by and Randy's like, check this shit out. Fucking bombs it with his foot like a soccer ball across the whole basketball court and hits the same fucking girl in the head. Like laid her out. She had the worst day at school ever. It was crazy.
Dude, I remember that day so vividly, bro.
I just remember her getting hit and being like, ugh, and like flying on the ground. And the coach
I remember her
come
busting out crying because, like, dude, getting hit in the face with a basketball does not feel good.
No, I've been hit in the face with a basketball and it wasn't from 150 fucking feet. So I'm assuming.
Yeah, they got some airtime on it. You know what I mean?
I mean, it was funny. I enjoyed it. I'm sure she didn't, but
No, she did not. I remember I would feel so powerful when I would go and get my fucking cinnamon Pop-Tart from the vending machine all the time
dude,
after fucking class.
So I had a job in high school and like I got a job like right when I turned 14. I could work at the local grocery store. Shout out Publix, you suck ass. But anyway, they fucking fired me over some dumbass shit. But anyway, I would go to Publix after school. My parents would drop me off and I'd make money and I'd make like $14 an hour. But to like the rest of the kids in high school, like I was bankrolling. Like I was a big baller. So fuck, I would go to the vending machine every period.
Yeah,
and
literally.
get like a brisk or like Doritos. But like I remember spending like $10 a day at the vending machine and I felt like a G. I loved that shit.
Dude, I remember one time I ran into the vending machine really hard because I didn't have any money and I got free shit.
Yeah, shit would come out of one. So there was one near the gym that like you like there was a water fountain next to it. I know you remember it. It was the one like on the like weird side.
Yeah, it's all on the side of the school.
Yeah, but if you would like slam into it as hard as you could, something would come out. I don't know. I mean, you didn't have a choice, but something was coming out. That shit was
It
awesome.
was random shit.
Speaking of that, do you remember when like the football team like broke the vending machine next to the next to the gym.
They broke
it was the football team or the basketball team. One of them, before a big game, some kid broke.
Oh, I think I remember
yeah,
that.
they broke the vending machine, and then like a bunch of people stole out of it, and it was like this whole sports team. I can't remember which one it was, but they all got like suspended from the game.
Yo,
and, like, it was a big fucking.
You want to know how wild me and Dylan's school was, bro? There was literally someone going around our school shitting in sinks.
Oh, yeah, dude.
I'll just put him on blast.
Everybody knows, bro. Everybody knows him. No, it's not. It ain't even a bad thing. I know more balls than anybody on the planet to be the serial sink shitter. Tell me how you're gonna take deuces in all the sinks. They're gonna close all the boys' bathrooms, and then they're gonna pop up in the girls' bathrooms. Like, you gotta have some fucking balls to do that.
I remember that, bro. Everyone was calling him the Palmetto Ridge sink shitter.
That or the cereal sink shitter.
Oh,
like,
man, that was
good.
so funny.
Those were good.
I was a freshman when that was going on, right?
Yeah,
Weren't we freshmen?
That was the same year I got ISS for a week because I called a girl fat. You remember that?
Well, yeah, I remember that,
Yeah.
bro. I remember when you.
Real quick, this girl in, I'm not gonna say her name, but this girl in my what was it? It was my math class. It was actually where I met my best friend ever. But anyway, she like was always fucking with me, and it was really annoying, and I hated it. And one day she said something to me that pissed me off, and I was like, just shut up. So I sat down at my desk, and she straight up fucking threw a textbook at me, hit me in the back of the head, like square on, hit my head on the table. Like, it was terrible. That shit hurt. We're just gonna call her, we'll call her Chloe. That's not her name, but we'll call her Chloe. So I stood up in the middle of the fucking class, and I'm like, you know what, Chloe? You're a fat fucking bitch. Just like that. And I sat back down, and then 5 minutes later, the dean was at the fucking door, and I was like, damn. I remember he's like, do you know what you did? I'm like, called her fat. And he's like, why'd you do that? I'm like, she hit me with a book. And then another kid in the class exposed her for smoking cigarettes, and it was like a whole thing. I don't know. Freshman year was weird.
I remember we threw a textbook across the classroom.
Yeah, that was Hope again.
Yeah, and we literally, like, I think we broke something.
Yeah, we broke the fucking computer because you're like, I'll make it in the trash can. And it like hit the computer.
Dude, and no one found out.
No one ratted on us in front of the whole fucking class. And the same gym teachers, like, who did it? No one ratted. I
don't even think he noticed.
Yeah, because he was out of the class. He was like, I'm going to the bathroom. And John's like, whoosh.
No, I don't even think he noticed, like, the computer was broken.
I don't know, dude.
Imagine they hear it now and they come to us and they're like, yeah, we've racked up some vandalism charges for you to pay off. We're like,
my God. I would be like, are you fucking kidding me?
Be like, nah, bro, that wasn't me.
No.
It wasn't us.
No. So that was like beginning high school. And then we got our licenses, and it quickly escalated.
Oh, yeah, then we started cutting class and shit.
Class, fucking leaving. I remember I was going on a trip to North Carolina to visit one of my buddies, my best friend, right? He lived down here. He's from the fucking math class, the worst one ever. But anyway, I'm like, John, I need some shoes. So we drove around for like 3 hours around all of like Southwest fucking Florida
looking for shoes.
Find these shoes because I needed these all white NMDs. They were super cool. We found one pair up in like the worst mall in the ghetto ever, and they were like a size 12, and I was like a size 8, so I fucking bought them. I'm like,
I remember that, bro.
I'm like, these are lit as fuck. Yeah, stupid as shit because they were expensive too. It was like all my money at the time.
Dude, we left like not even halfway through the day.
Yeah, no, we just straight up, I was like, John, I need shoes. And you're like, let's go. So we took your like Kia or whatever.
Oh, yeah, bro.
John like loves this car because he like saved up enough money to buy some shitbox ass Kia. But it was pretty nice. But yeah, anyway, we're like, do you want to go in this random community and drive around? That's what we did for fun. We get up and none of us can remember the gate code. Me and John cannot remember the gate code. He's like, let me back up. And he backs into the fucking gate box, like the key box, and just gouges the whole side of it.
Dude, I literally put like, all right, the gate panel was up straight, and once I got done hitting it, it was literally like tilted, like it looked like an obtuse angle. Yeah, it was done.
John pays a bunch of money to get it fixed, leaves my house a month later, and just slams someone's trailer with a fucking race car in it. Just nukes the trailer.
They had an insane Pontiac Firebird in there.
Yeah.
And I was like, what the fuck? I remember don't be on your phone when you're driving. And I turn the corner and I get slammed by this fucking truck hauling a trailer. And I remember that. I'm like, great. Honestly, the damage from that, like, I mean, if there was someone in the passenger seat, I'm pretty sure they would have gotten severely hurt, but
Whatever.
it is what it is.
No, I just remember I'm like, John, let's play Xbox when we get home, because this was Fortnite time, so put it in perspective.
Oh yeah,
And we loved Fortnite. Like,
yeah, we had
lived for that shit.
to go ham in Fortnite.
So for like 2 hours, John doesn't text me, and I'm like, bro. I finally call him. I'm like, dude, where are you? He's like, I just got home. I got in a car crash. I'm like, what the fuck? Like,
yeah, I got into
texted me
a
or
car
anything.
crash.
Dude, it was 100 feet away from
What
my
was
house.
I gonna do?
It was fucking right down the street. You're like, I just sat here. I'm like, bro, I'm right down the road. I would have just come and hung out and be like, it's good.
Yeah, I got it, dude. I love how I remember I called my parents and the first thing they asked me was, are you high or drunk? And I'm like, neither.
Yep. They're just like, what did you
Because I
fucking
guarantee
do?
you, if I was like even like high or drunk, they probably would have been like, we're not coming.
They would call the cops and be like, send him to jail.
Like, yep, that's my parents. Yep.
No, whatever.
Love them to death.
You know it.
Oh yeah,
Yeah, high school was stupid.
high school was stupid, but it builds character.
Yeah, I mean, just like the time I'm at the bowling alley at like 9:30 at night.
Oh my god, dude,
Enjoying
this
my night,
episode is
enjoying
just
my
gonna be
night.
a whole bunch of memories.
Enjoying my night, just hanging out, bowling with some good friends, and I get a call from John, and this is what I hear. Dylan, help me. I'm like, what? Just like that. I'm like, this guy's fucking with me. He's like, I'm in a boat. I'm like, what the fuck? He's like, I went to a party, and then the cops came, and I ran, and I do not know where I am. And I'm like, John, what are you talking about? He's like, I'm hiding in someone's boat in their yard. I'm like, dude, what the fuck? He's like, come get me before the homeowners figure out I'm here. I'm like, dude, what? So I'm like, I'm across town. I'm like 45 minutes across town. I was driving like some big lifted Jeep in high school, loud as fuck, had a flag on it, like just some outlandish shit.
Oh,
and I
yeah,
get in my
dude.
Jeep and I'm like all the way across town in like 20 minutes. And I called John and I'm like, where are you? He's like, the light went on. I'm behind the water softener. I'm like, dude, what the fuck? He's like, I see a road. So John runs out to this road and I find the fucking road and I'm flashing my lights and John's like, oh my God, you're here. So we hop in the fucking Jeep. And then I'm driving him back and I look at John. I'm like, what the fuck happened to you? He's like all cut up and shit. He's got this like brand new, like all white out like outfit that's just fucking.
I was dripping at this party,
annihilated.
bro, and I got fucked up because the feds showed up.
Dude, it was ridiculous. And then I remember on the way to our friend's house, because I'm dropping John off at his friend's house, so he didn't go back to his house like he just got beat up. And I see a group of fucking girls we go to school with on the side of the road doing the same shit. I'm like, what are you doing? You're like, can you give us a ride? So
It would have been fun if you were just like, nah.
yeah, I should have, but keep in mind, I had like 2 seats in my Jeep because the back was all speakers. So I had these like 5 girls that stopped themselves in this small ass Jeep and I have to drive them home. I'm like, were you guys at the same party? They're like, we can't find John. I'm like, don't worry, I got him. I'm like, what the fuck?
Yeah, I bet they said we can't find John. I bet they didn't even know where I was at that fucking party.
They probably didn't give a fuck, but we're driving back and this girl's like, oh no, the cops, which like, why do I care? Like, it doesn't matter. But anyway, I like swerved because I got like all scared and fucking nailed the side of the road and like broke the shit out of my Jeep. I'm like, Jesus, I gotta help these people and I just destroy my shit. But I'll never forget the I need help. Like,
Yeah, that was an insane night, bro. I remember I was at that party. I was going around talking to people, high school things, underage drinking, all that fun stuff. And I'm there and I'm just chilling and I'm leaning up against a trash can and I'm drinking a beer and I see these headlights roll in and I'm like, dude, because there was another guy with me and I was like, dude, are those cops? And he's like, nah. And then they turn on their sirens, like the fucking lights and shit. And I'm like, oh, those are cops. Immediately dropped my beer, ran into the woods. I was just like, nope. And then like, it was cool because I was like, all right, dude, I'm just going to run into the woods. I'm not going to run that far. They probably don't know I'm here. I'm going to make like a little area for myself. I'm going to chill. They're going to leave. And then I'm just going to come back out. And the next thing you know, I see flashlights coming into the woods.
oh God.
And then I hear them like yelling and saying that like they have a dog coming. And I was like, okay, time to run. So I just booked it and I ran for my life and I got lost in there for 2 hours.
Well, that's what I'm saying. John calls me. He's like, I've been in the woods for hours. I'm like, Dude, what the fuck?
It's scary, bro, because like where we live, there's bears and shit, bro. And I literally could have ran in the one.
There's like bears, snakes. Like, I mean, we're like, I guess you could consider us like outdoorsy people.
Well, we live in the woods.
Yeah, we live in the woods. Like, but still, you don't know what's gonna happen. But John's just like fucking trekking through a jungle.
Fuck it, dude. You only live once, right?
I guess so. No, speaking of that Jeep, I remember pretty much right when I got it. John's like, let's go off-roading. And I'm like, should I jump this? So we jumped some like
oh, I remember that, bro.
And just ripped the fucking rear end out of the thing. And I'm like, oh no. And meanwhile, John like doesn't have his seatbelt on and like slams his head on the roll bar.
Yeah, I didn't feel too bad though.
Fucking.
You know how many problems this Jeep caused Dylan?
Oh, so much. But I wish I never sold it. That's
I drove home one night. All right, I drove home one night, or not even one night. It was after school. I drove home after school. And I didn't have work that day, I think.
I don't know.
And I got home, and I'm not even home for like half an hour, and I get a call from Dylan, and he's like, dude, are you busy right now? And I'm like, no, why? And he goes, it's not really important, but it's kind of important. Like, I need you to follow me home because my entire drive shaft fell out of my Jeep. And I was just like, oh, he's like, yeah, I'm at the middle school. Can you follow me home?
Yeah, it's like middle school that we wreaked havoc. It's like the school's in session. I'm taking my Jeep apart at this middle school, driving it home in 4-wheel drive because the rear drive shaft ripped itself out after we jumped it. I think it was like a day after.
What was it? Because we jumped it?
Oh fuck yeah!
I thought we split the axle in the back.
Yeah, we did, and then I fixed that. And then for like 6 months, I had drive shaft issues because we jumped
oh
it
no,
and I fucked a bunch of other shit up.
Dude, the shit
we did was
that
so
Jeep,
stupid.
that Jeep, bro. Oh my god,
dude, so many memories though.
Yeah, like that one time we went. Where was that one place we went to all the way over there? Was like this massive lake, and we went off.
Oh, okay, so it's nicknamed the Dunes. So we go there and like we're naive as fuck, right?
Remember we were gonna camp there?
Yeah, we're like 17, 16, so we're naive as fuck. We go to this like place and it was so cool. It was these like train tracks and this beautiful white sand, this massive lake in the middle of the woods up in like the next town over. And I'm like, oh my god, this is awesome. Let's go home, let's get our tents and let's camp here. That would be lit as fuck. That would be so much fun. So all of us, random kid named Hayden, haven't talked to him in forever, but shout out to him.
I remember that kid.
He was a little weird, but he was cool. But anyway, we get all our shit set up, and then my parents are like, what are you doing? I'm like, we're going camping. They're like, where? So I like told them this random campsite, and they're like, are you lying to me? And I'm like, no. And then they somehow figured out we were going to the Dunes, which is like a well-known like drug dealing party spot where like people just go shoot their guns and shit.
It would have been pretty cool to camp there.
It would have been really cool. We never ended up camping.
It would have been really cool to camp there. Oh man, yeah, I remember that because I remember we just passed the Walmart and then Dylan's like, we're going back, and I'm like, what? Why? And then you're like, I'm grounded.
Yeah, that's back when we used to get grounded and shit. And I got a bunch.
Yeah, we were like 17,
16, 17. I don't know. We both have strict parents. Our parents were all...
It was so funny. I remember that.
It was funny as fuck. Definitely good times. Or the time that we decided going into Walmart and just destroying shit would be fun. Like, we held a whole bike race through Walmart with like 20 high schoolers and then proceeded to knock all the Christmas trees over.
Do you remember the car shows we would go to?
Yeah, the fucking stupid ass car meets. Bunch of idiots. Ugh.
Yeah, well, we destroy Walmart and shit.
Yeah, we go to this car meet and there's just like a bunch of idiots standing around. I'm like, let's go to Walmart because, you know, like that's fun back then. So we go to Walmart and we ended up like getting like 20 people to race like the Walmart bikes through the garden section.
Yeah, we were those kids.
Yeah, we were idiots. But on the way out, I'm like, oh, this will be so funny. Let me knock over all the fake Christmas trees. And then I jumped in like a big pit of stuffed animals and somebody grabs my shoulder. I'm assuming it's John or somebody. It's a fucking employee. He's like, get over here. And I like fucking shoved him. I'm like, oh my God, run. Cause he's like, the cops are on the way. So me and John jump in my Jeep and who knows if it was like a security car or like a cop or what it was. But we saw somebody with like lights on and I was like, oh my God. So we ran over the bushes and like rode out back to the car meet and we're like, I can't believe we got away. And I'm like, where the fuck is Cole? Like another great friend of mine. I'm like, where's Cole?
Dude, I remember I met up with Cole in fucking West Palm Beach. Randomly, bro. I went to West Palm to see some people, and when I was there, I remember I hit up Cole. I'm like, yo, do you want to hang out? And he's like, yeah, bro, I'm down. So I'm like, okay. So he comes and he picks me up and we're rolling around town and we're like, we got to get into it. We're so stupid. We're like not even 18 and we're trying to get into clubs. And I'm like, yeah, let's get into here. And we're trying to get into these places and we could get into this hookah bar.
Oh my God.
And I remember we're there and we're like, yeah, we'll buy the hookah. So we bought this hookah and I was like, dude, I was like, smoke a little weed, so I was like, let's put some weed in the hookah.
There you go.
Yeah, and then we did that, and then that was a crazy night.
Cole's funny. Cole's a real one. If you're gonna listen to this, Cole, you're a fucking G. Have fun in Nashville.
Cole likes to jump in swimming pools with jeans on.
No, not swimming pools. A fucking ocean. We'd go to the beach and
This guy's weird.
He'd be like, let me jump in with fucking jeans on and then get back in his Honda and drive home.
Check out these True Religions I just bought that were like $50. Let's go fucking swim in salt water.
I'm like, what? But we used to. John would go with us. John would never do it because he was always afraid of alligators. But we'd go to like the random like bridges in the Everglades.
I'm not afraid of alligators. I just didn't like that water was like dirty, bro.
Dude, it wasn't dirty. It was black. That water was like straight up coffee.
Okay, yeah. So
like, dirty. You couldn't see anything. It was so sketchy. There was like alligators and shit in the canals. But like me and Cole and John would just go.
I don't want to jump into the fucking canal and come out like the Hulk.
Me and Cole would just like do backflips off the bridges, which was like so much fun. But like I'd be in a bathing suit. And Cole would just be in like jeans and a long sleeve and just like jump in the water. I'm like, what? And then I'd be like, do you want to change? He's like, nah, I'll dry.
I'll try.
I'm like,
I mean, we do live in Florida, bro. You'll dry off.
Yeah, I mean, a million degrees. But
this state, the weather in this state sucks ass.
Yeah, I spent like 3 hours detailing my truck this morning. Straight up hand waxed it and everything, and it fucking rained. I'm like, great. Damn. That was a waste.
Dude, does Tyler drive the Tahoe now?
No, Tyler. So my younger brother Tyler, he was like the weirdest kid when he was really little, but he's pretty much one of the boys now. We built him a pickup truck for his first car. It's pretty cool. Gets a lot of bitches with it. But funny thing about his truck is he spent all his money on it. We painted it, we lifted it, I bought him like these big wheels for it, like all this awesome shit. Super cool truck for a young kid. Well, he just gets it done, and some girl's texting and just fucking slams into him. Like a month ago.
Oh, I mean, at least it's not his fault.
Well, it wasn't his fault, but then like she's like, I don't know anything about my insurance, so straight up he doesn't get paid.
Oh.
So like we can fix it. It's like a little dent on the side of it. His truck's pretty tall, so like the hood of her car barely hit it. Anyway, whatever. Fucking like 2 days ago, he's going down the road and
flips it.
No, somebody's in the middle of the road. And he has to swerve and fucking nail a trash can.
Dude,
and like rip the bumper off the fucking truck.
That's like the worst luck.
Dude, seriously. Tyler has the worst luck when it comes to that shit. I feel bad for him.
Hitting trash cans.
I mean, it could be like his other friends. One of them tried to drift at the high school that we went to because they're in school now, and he fucking nailed a tree.
Dude, I remember when my parents' car was getting worked on, so they got a rental, and it was like this super long Cadillac. Oh, and I was like, my mom was passed out and no one was home, and I was like, dude, I'm gonna fucking drive this thing. Like I don't know, I just had like the sudden urge to just drive something.
Just to go drive.
So I was like, I'm gonna drive this thing, and I'm gonna stay on the road, like on my road, but I'm gonna drive like an asshole. So I was like, I got in the car, dude, and I was like swerving and shit, going super fast. And I remember I was like, I'm gonna fucking drift this thing. So I go to drift it, and I fucking cut the wheel, and I slam into like, not my neighbor, but like the people that live up the road a little bit from me. I slam into both their recycle bin and their trash can.
Well, it's a rental, it don't matter.
Yeah, so I just knocked over all their trash and drove away.
Well,
which is kind of like a clean state because they probably thought it was a bear.
Whatever. I mean, throwback to this pile of shit Jeep. When I first got it, me and Cole thought it'd be good ideas to put people's trash cans.
The rental people never found out I fucked up their car. There was like a massive
dude, it's rental people. They don't care. But anyway, we put trash cans in the middle of the road, and I just slammed into him with this fucking Jeep, and like trash went everywhere, and it kept going. We would do it for fun. We were complete assholes.
Dude, Dylan told me this one story about how him and his friends that he used to like ride around with quads and shit and four-wheelers in the woods. One time they found a couch on the side of the road, and they tied a rope to the back of their quad with it, right?
So this is what we did. John has it right, but he forgets the fucking trailer that we attached to the four-wheeler and put the couch on the trailer. So we're doing like 50 miles an hour through these fucking trails on a couch. The guy on the four-wheeler's fine, but everybody on the couch is like getting flown out. And this kid named Brandon Murphy, dude, great longtime friend, motherfucker goes flying. just straight out the couch into the ground.
Dude,
like,
shout out Brandon
just,
Murphy,
like,
bro.
biffs it, and he's like, I'm good. I'm like, what the fuck?
Dude, Brandon, I remember the first time I met Brandon Murphy, bro, and I've never met someone that could literally puke on command.
Seriously, he was crazy.
You could just be like, "Yo, Brandon, throw up," and he'll throw up with pressure
like
anywhere.
PSI.
It was
Like PSI.
PSI, bro.
Like we'd be on the back of the 4-wheeler, right? And this is high school. We're fucking idiots. Me and Brandon would ride next to the high school bus because we'd, of course, ditch school, leave early. And we'd pass the bus on the street on my 4-wheeler. And I'd be like, do it. And he'd be like, and like throw up all over the side of the bus when we're driving by. And all these kids are like, ew. And we're just like, and like we'd ride out. We're fucking idiots.
I remember one time I missed the bus. And I was like, fuck, I need a ride home. Because like at the time I was saving up for a car, so I didn't have a bus. And I'm like, all right, I didn't have a bus. Wow.
I don't have a bus either.
No, I was saving up for a car. So, I didn't have a car to get to and from school. And the bus was my only way home. And I missed the bus. So I'm like, fuck, I need a ride home. I need to get to work.
Yeah, right.
And my one friend was like, yo, I'll take you home. But he's like, we got to stop at the gas station. So he goes to the gas station to get something, comes out with some Four Locos stuffed in his pants.
Oh, Jesus.
And I'm like, oh, okay. And I'm like, yo, like my shift starts in like 30 minutes. And he's like, we'll get you home really soon. And he starts going in a fucking Chrysler, bro. He's going like 100 down the road right through the school zone, bro. I was like, oh my God. Oh, no. And he's just flying through there and he's like, we're gonna get you home. And I'm like, okay, bro. So he drops me off home and I get changed really quick and I got to work and I'm like, dude, I am so lucky a cop did not see that.
Well, you want to talk about going fast where you're not supposed to? My first ever vehicle ever was a Mercedes-Benz, and it was not a bougie one. Like, the thing did not work. It was a flooded car that I got for free. I drove it for like a week.
I remember that.
Yeah, so this is how me and John's friendship blossomed. So I hit him up on Snapchat. I'm like, you want to hang out? He's like, yeah. So I pick up Cole in this Mercedes and then I pick up John. I'm like, you want to see something cool? He's like, what? I'm like, keep in mind, first time we've ever hung out. I'm like, I'm going to go 100 miles an hour on your street, which is like a 20 mile an hour zone. He's like, be careful. My dad might come.
Oh my
We're doing
God.
like an actual 100 miles an hour in this car with like no seatbelts on. And his dad pulls on the road. He's like, that's my dad. I fucking slam on the brake. Like all over the road, and John lays down in the back seat and his dad just looks at me like, go fuck yourself.
I remember that, bro. I was like, fuck, dude.
That was so funny. That was another time. What we did the first time we hung out is we went to Walmart and fucked around.
Yeah, then we went to McDonald's,
dude. We had a lot of nights there. McDonald's and Miller's Ale House.
Oh my goodness, bro. Do you remember when we went to McDonald's and Dylan had this bright idea, right, to like go inside and he's like, I'm gonna order 1,000 was it McChickens or cheeseburger?
100 cheeseburgers.
It was 100 cheeseburgers, but no bun, no burger, no anything, just a slice of cheese.
Just cheese.
And he puts in an order for what, like 1,000, right?
I don't know.
It was an absurd number.
It was way more than anybody could ever.
And we put it in and we just left and we walked out.
Well, no, so I don't know if anybody listening knows or remembers.
It's a solid one.
But yeah, that was pretty nice. But back in the day when McDonald's first added the robots that you like, the self-serve ordering things, you could place an order and then take your card out and the order would still go through. So they'd still make the food. And then you'd still have the number, but you didn't pay for it. So we used to always finesse McDonald's. So I did that with this absurd amount of cheese slices. This fucking lady comes to the cash register and she's like, is this you?
She just comes out and she's like, what is this?
I'm like, what are you talking about? She's like, we've already made a bunch of them. Like,
are you that dumb?
That's what I'm saying. I'm like, that's your own fault. She's like, you have to pay for this. So we all just fucking left.
Yeah, we're like, yeah, we'll pay for it. We just leave. Yeah, because you put 1,000 slices of cheese in an individual box.
That's the same
Get
McDonald's.
Bent, bro.
That's the same exact McDonald's that me and Wilk love. I don't know if he's been on the show or not yet.
I want to get Wilk Holiday on the show, bro. Shout out Brandon.
Yep. My bad. Wrong name.
We got it wrong in the other episode. It's all good.
Well, that's Brandon. Fucking absolute.
So wait, what did you do there with Brandon?
Well, okay, so this is the same time that they came down, and it was Brandon, Logan, and that other weirdo. But Cody or some shit. I don't know.
It was either Cody or Logan. They came out at separate times.
Logan, it was all three of them.
There was never a time where all three of them were together.
Yeah,
here.
there was because they.
No, there wasn't.
Well, whatever it might have been.
There was probably someone else in the car.
It was when the two of them came.
Yeah. So okay.
Brandon, Logan, whatever it was, right?
Okay.
It's like 2:00 in the morning at John's house. We're all spending the night, and Brandon's like, "Do you want to go to McDonald's?" I'm like, "Yeah." So we go to McDonald's. We're the only motherfuckers in there. I eat like 2 bites of my Big Mac because I like wasn't really hungry. And we're on the way out. I'm like, Brandon, look at this. And I was like, Brandon, throw this. And I turn around and he fucking launched it right into the cashier's face. I was like, holy fucking shit. Like, I have like a 2-second video clip of just like lettuce everywhere. I was fucking pissing myself. Keep in mind, same shitty ass Jeep didn't want to start in the parking lot. It's like, right after we just assaulted the fucking cashier. Yeah.
Oh my goodness. The shit we did, man.
Just breaking into like random communities to go in the pool. We used to just go to so many communities.
I remember that, bro. Remember we broke into like we didn't break in. We're not breaking into places.
No, we're not like when I mean break in. It's just a community that we don't live in. We either like tell the gate guard to let us in and they would, or like the gate would be open, or we knew somebody. So like
yeah,
we'd always be like we're breaking into this community, but like
no, and we would go hang out at the club. We went to this one that had a really nice clubhouse because I remember at the time there was this girl that you were like dating or something. I don't know. And they were like, yeah, we're gonna go hang out with them. And I was like, okay, dude, I'll be your wingman. And I went there. Yup. Yeah. And then all right, dude, I actually remember this night, bro. So we go there, right? And I'm like, yeah, I'll be your wingman because she was bringing her friend, and you know, I guess like she didn't want her friend to feel like the third wheel or whatnot.
Friend, so I instantly think of salami loop. Like,
oh yeah, bro, bring this chat of a guy. So I go there, and you know, Dylan's like, you know, with this girl, blah blah blah, like talking to her and stuff. So the other girl's just sitting there, and she's being really, really quiet,
weird, like and weirdly silent.
And I was just like, you know, okay. So like I talked to her, and I'm like, hey, what's up? You know, like I'm John, blah blah blah. And I'm just trying to like, so like, what's your name? And she told me her name. I'm not gonna put her on blast after what I'm about to say. Yeah. And I'm like, oh, okay. You know, like, you know, how long have you known Dylan? And I'm like, just, you know, making small talk.
Yeah.
And she's just like, I'm so sorry, but like my aunt, I think, or like her grandma.
So vivid.
She's like my grandma, like. I don't know if she died or
she got diagnosed with
cancer, and
like
I was
the same day.
And I was just like, I remember saying this. I was like, oh, and then I looked down, and then I look like at my feet, and I'm like, this is a really nice hot tub.
What the fuck do you say to that?
Yeah, like what am I
quote unquote date to hang out in a hot tub with a girl, and she's like, my grandma has cancer. Like, I get it. I've had family members, even my own grandmother passed from cancer. It's terrible, but like, how the fuck do you respond to that?
Yeah, I was like in such an awkward situation. I was just like,
me and this girl were not there at the time. We were in like the pool or some shit, right?
Yup.
Like we were hanging out, and then John was in the hot tub with her friend, and John's like, I think we should leave. I'm like, why?
Yeah, it was
like,
weird.
She's crying. I'm like, what?
Yeah, she started bawling.
So like, we just rode out. I was like, geez, sorry. So
yeah, I dried off and rolled out.
We like just rolled out. I was like, that was weird as fuck.
I remember there's a lot of awkward situations that you get. You just get into awkward situations in general. Like I went and got my car washed recently, and the car wash dude there that like, you know, like when you pay,
yeah,
you know, the guy's like, all right, enjoy your wash. And I'm like, oh yeah, you too.
What the fuck? I do that all the time.
And then I was just like, fuck.
That's when you just roll up your window and you're like, oh my God.
I should have just drove the fucking car like right into the washing. Like, don't even get on the track that they tell you to get on. Just go full speed into it. Oh, do you remember that great idea we had, but we never did when we were like, oh, let's go in the Jeep in the car wash and put on goggles and our bathing suits.
Yeah, so we
and
wanted
take the top off and the doors off.
We got in high school, like our town had nothing. We had like McDonald's and Walmart and the fucking beach. So we didn't have shit. So this new car wash pops up, this like big auto wash, and we're like, that place is sick. So we'd always go there just to like fuck off. And I'm in the Jeep, and it's wide, it's big, it's tall, it's got a huge front bumper, and I've got Cole with me, right? And this is right after we went mudding. So me and Cole are like, let's go to the car wash. So we go there. We get halfway through the car wash, and like it was the fucking first week this place was open. The big boom thing with the wands on it came down and got stuck in my bumper and like fell the fuck off and like destroyed it. Like it broke the fuck out of the car wash.
Oh
so,
no.
Like, we kept going because we're like, oh no. So we get to the part where it like dries you off, and I had a soft top on it.
Okay.
And if anybody knows, a soft top on a Jeep sucks. You can just remove it with your hand. So it instantly pushes the soft top off, and me and Cole are just getting destroyed by the wind. It's like slapping us. It was crazy. We try to leave because I'm like, oh my God, we broke it. They pulled us into the office, and they're like, you have to pay for that. I'm like, fuck no, I'm not paying for it. And they're like, you broke it. I'm like, your machine damaged my vehicle. I'm going to sue you. But like, I'm a kid. I don't know what I'm talking about. I was just talking out of my ass. And the guy that like quote unquote owned the place or ran the place was like, don't ever come back here. I have your license plate and I have your face. If you ever come back here, you'll be prosecuted. I've never gone back.
You'll be prosecuted. Oh man. I remember in senior year, we had this career tech class. And it wasn't even like a class. It was just like some bullshit like period that like they would put kids in that like, you know, like it was like a fill-in class.
Pretty much you went to the class that way. You had to go to the class, and then for X amount of periods or classes, you could just go to work. But you had to go to the class first.
Yeah.
That was all it was.
So I remember I was in there and no one did any of the work in that class.
Fuck no.
Except for me.
Yeah,
so
we all cheated.
Yeah, so this is oh my gosh. We used to do these projects and shit and no one in the class would do it, bro. And everyone knew I would be the one doing it, bro. Because it was like easy bullshit PowerPoints. Like literally it would take you like 10 minutes to do it.
Well, John was always the kid in school that would fuck around, but he'd still do his work.
And no one just did it. I remember one time the whole class was like, yo, can you email me that project?
We all turned the same project in.
Yeah, and we all got A's.
We just changed the names.
I remember I was like, guys, make sure that you make it seem like it's not mine. And my friend Trevor, remember Trevor, bro?
Trevor,
he's like, John, I can't even talk. He goes, John, is this good? And he puts like the monitor, he turns it and it says, I definitely did not copy this by John Conti. I was like, oh my God, dude. Yeah, send it in, bro.
Oh, we were so.
Or like, you remember that one time that I did that project and I only sent it out to the people on our table, and literally everybody at that table had the same career as me, but we just changed like where we were gonna live and shit.
Yeah, literally everybody did the same exact thing. All we changed was the location. So like it'd be like Nebraska, and like it was the same career, same everything, same life goal.
Like,
it was just like California.
I was like,
it was
oh
so
my
stupid.
God, dude. It really went over that teacher's head.
Well, the teacher was the head football coach.
Either
so
that,
he didn't care.
Either that, or he just did not care.
I doubt he cared.
Yeah, the amount of Shark Tank that we would watch in that class is unreal, bro.
Not gonna lie, I do like Shark Tank though. I occasionally watch that shit.
I'll occasionally put on the Shark of the Tank.
That's what I'm saying. Like, I want to see some inventions.
Some inventions.
Some investors, some inventions.
Like the Squatty Potty.
Squatty Potty, that fucking Scrub Daddy. Like
the Scrub Daddy?
You remember the Scrub Daddy?
No.
That stupid ass sponge with a smile. I'm pretty sure the guy made like $1 billion on it.
Yeah, you know, it's crazy how you can just go to Shark Tank and pitch an idea and they'll probably pay you for it.
Yeah, it's like, all right, so I'm on Shark Tank today, and they're like, what's your idea? I'm like, we're going to sell sex and not call it prostitution. And they're like, we'll give you $5 million.
It's like, I'll give you $500,000 for 3% equity in your business.
Yeah, I'm like, what the fuck?
And it's just like, I probably don't even know if I said that right. Like, I know anything about fucking, you know.
All I do is go to work, make money. I don't fucking invest. I don't have crypto shit. I don't do any of that.
You don't invest in Bitcoin.
Yeah, Bitcoin. Like, I could, dude, it's like 80 grand for a Bitcoin, isn't it?
It's like 50,000 for one Bitcoin.
Oh, sorry, I messed it up. I mean, let me go buy a few then.
Yeah, you know, let me just go drop 50 fucking racks on a fucking, you know,
on an online coin.
Online coin.
No,
that's insane.
No,
no,
not happening. Well, to switch things up, me and John, we've gone through all of like our young lives together, and we've gone through so many phases. The fish tank phase.
Oh yeah, ick. That's fun.
Ick sucks. If anybody gets ick, just throw the fucking tank out. So pretty much, I got a job at PetSmart in high school, and I was like, I'm gonna get a fish tank.
Shout out PetSmart.
PetSmart's lit. I have nothing wrong with PetSmart. Love them to death. Anyway, I'm like, I'm gonna get a fish tank. So I get a fish tank, and John's like, that thing's pretty cool. So John gets one, and they're both like 10 gallons, like little ones. To be specific, 10-gallon longs. Like I still remember all this.
Oh, a 10-gallon long.
And then John's like, I'm gonna get a 29-gallon tall. And I came over and I'm like, that shit's raw as fuck. Like it looks so good.
Yeah, I remember we went through
I'm
this
like, I'm gonna
fish
buy a
tank phase.
29-gallon tall. And then I call John. I'm like, yo, come over. And he comes over and there's a fucking 100-gallon fish tank in my room.
Oh my god, I remember that, bro. I was like, where are you gonna put this thing?
Like in my room.
Yeah, he's like, I'm moving around my room.
Well, at PetSmart, like,
Remember that whole episode we went through? I don't mean to cut you off. Do you remember that whole episode we went through to clean it?
literal days to clean it.
Siphoning it out of a hose through your fucking window.
Dude, my parents hated that shit. But anyway, at PetSmart you get discounts, right? So like the little fish tanks were nothing. They were like $50, whatever, great. Well, a like 100-gallon fish tank with the sump pumps and the desk and the setup, it's like $500. Now, that doesn't sound so bad. Back when we had no money, that sounded terrible. So I found someone selling one on Facebook for $80. And I drove like an hour to go get it, but it was a saltwater fish tank with like dead fish and shit in it. So we had to bleach it, scrape it out.
Oh, I remember that.
There was one night where I'm like, that's weird. The filter's not running. This is like a month later. Once I had it set up, I had like bass and everything, and it was really cool. I'm like, that's weird. The filter's not running. I'm like, that's weird. My carpet's wet. The fucking filter broke and like backwashed like 10 gallons of fish water into my fucking room. And I remember having to like emergency evacuate everything. It was awful.
I remember when you had like a snail problem.
Yeah, there was like
and there's
400
just
snails in my
magically
fish tank.
popping up all over your fish tank. I sold my fish tank and I was like done. And then I got a snake.
I threw my fish tank away straight up in the trash.
Yeah, and then I got a snake that I got now, and he's just vibing.
No, I got a couple lizards, but I don't know.
Those things are still alive.
Somehow they are alive.
Do you guys even feed them?
Rarely. No, we feed them.
Oh, I was about to say
They're just thriving.
they're just thriving.
Yeah.
How's that other dog you got?
Charlie, she's good. She's a fucking psycho. It's a boxer puppy. So if anybody knows anything about boxers, they're
Oh
crazy.
boy, yep,
Yeah.
that's crazy.
Straight up psycho dog.
Yeah, that fish tank era was something crazy.
It was fun, you know. It was fun. It was stupid, but it was fun.
It was a hobby.
Yeah.
you know.
I guess you could say it taught us how to take care of shit.
You want a desk?
What do you mean?
Do you need a desk?
What, that desk?
Do you want this desk?
I mean, I might.
Because I have a new desk coming in. So if you want this, I'll give it to you.
Yeah, I'll let you know.
Okay. Sounds good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We pretty much like throughout our whole lives together, we've just gone through phases of like shoes, then fish tanks, and now
fish
we're on
tanks.
guns.
That's
Yeah.
yeah, guns are cool.
Guns are cool as fuck.
Guns are really cool.
ATF, get off my case. But honestly, guns are super
I was
fun.
talking about this with Sam too.
Yeah.
Guns are cool because the AR I have, I built it. Oh, you've never seen my AR?
I haven't seen your AR.
Oh, well,
I'll check it out later.
yeah.
But I think next week we might go do some shooting, bring out the AR. I just bought a new Glock today, so I'll play with
Let's
the new
go.
Glock. Huh?
Yeah, anti-gun owners are hearing this and screaming.
That's crazy. This is Florida. It doesn't matter. But I'll bring out. I got a 308 long rifle. I want John to shoot. That thing's super fun.
gonna be
some
awesome, bro.
22s, some little stuff. Yeah, it's just a good time. It's harmless fun. I mean,
Well, yeah. Well,
unless it's harmful, but
yeah. Well, I mean, it's not like we're like going to like I don't know a school. We're just going to like a shooting range.
demonetized. Yeah, no.
Demonetized.
Yeah,
Cancel culture's fake.
restricted.
Age restricted.
Yeah, no, we're gonna go to a range, have some fun. But
Ranges are fun.
yeah, if you're obviously gun safety is a big thing. We all know that, but
Yeah.
guns are just fun. I like just making shit explode.
Yeah, I remember. Well, this is actually recent. My grandpa, who lives like not that far from me, it was like 10 minutes up the road. I was over there, and he's like, "Did you know that they sell Tannerite at Rural King?"
Yeah, I have some at my house. I'm not even kidding.
And I
We can
was
shoot
like,
it.
"No, I didn't know that they sell it there." And he's like, "I was gonna buy some. We were gonna shoot it in the backyard."
Yeah, we can. I'm dead serious. We can do it at my house.
And I was like, "Why would you want to do that?" And he's,
It's fun. It's an explosion.
"Yeah," but I'm like, "You haven't been to my grandpa's house, and like where we shoot is like it's like not close, but kind of close."
Close enough to where you don't want shit to explode.
Yeah, and I'm like, "Do you really want to shoot Tannerite there?" And he's like, "You got a point." I'm like, "Come on, bro." Grandpa
No,
is something.
I'm definitely gonna claim all responsibility for John's gun addiction because, like, throwback to freshman year when my dad's just like cleaning a gun or something. He was doing something with one of his guns, like in the living room, and John's like, "What's that?" And my dad's like, "A gun," and John's like, "I've never shot a gun." And then we go out to the backyard, and there's my dad. He's like, "Here you go." He gives John like a 22, and John's like, Holy shit.
No, because this is what's happened. So like, I remember he was like, "Oh, do you want to shoot a gun?" And I'm like, "I've never shot one, but yeah, so why not?" So I go and I shoot it, and it was a 22. So if anyone shot a 22 like rifle, it's basically like shooting a BB gun.
It's nothing.
So they had like this car in the back that was like, it was like a junker car.
It was a parts car.
Yeah.
It was going to the junkyard.
And I was like, "Oh, I'm gonna shoot this thing," and that's what you guys were shooting.
Yep.
So I was like, "I'm gonna shoot it." So I shot one bullet, and I was like, "Oh, this is fun."
Yeah, it's fun.
And then your dad was like, "Yeah, make sure you don't hit like a lot of the tires."
He said don't hit the tires or the windows. Hit everything
And
else.
I literally hit everything he said not to hit.
John just starts.
I just started fucking popping off shots. I'm like, "Yo, fuck this tire, fuck this window." I'm like, I'm gonna hit the gas tank and hope it blows up.
My dad's like, "What the fuck?" Now fast forward like 6 years, and John's like, "I built an AR-15." I'm like, "Great, love it."
Literally building a gun, if you have the like material, well, I can't even say materials. If you have the right tools,
The
and
right
shit,
tools and just the stuff in front of you.
yeah, it's like Legos.
It's like building a car. Everybody thinks building a car is so hard, and don't get me wrong, it is. It takes a lot of time. But if you know what you're doing, you have the tools and the parts are there. It's just putting shit together. It's just big Legos.
Yeah, it's just Legos and a lot of YouTube.
Yeah, YouTube can help sometimes. That's for
YouTube
sure.
made me build my gun like it is now. So we have reached about the end point of the podcast. So like I said, episode 5 Salami Talk. Make sure you have a 5-star review on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, and everything like that. Check out my YouTube at Salami Lube. Check out my Are They Mids, all that. Check out my Twitch. I have a link to all my stuff in a bio. So
Yeah, it was fun.
yeah,
Maybe I'll be on another one later.
Yeah, if you got to plug yourself, do anything like that.
I'm good. I'm chilling. I don't
All right,
have
you can
anything.
say one thing to the people that just say one thing that you want to tell everybody.
Salami loop on top.